Hello. In this video I will be showing you how markup for jobs works, specifically how cost category markup fits in. So you can mark up cost item charges for jobs in a varying number of ways. This allows for flexible charge rates to apply in an easy process. You may have jobs that on occasion require specific changes to markup around labour, products and anything to be precise, and you need to define different rules. So I will step you through the various scenarios that it's easily and clearly understood. Okay, let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to show you are cost categories. So we'll come in here into the lookups area of Sybiz Vision. We'll go to job cost category, and I've added a few in. I'll just go through one set of scenarios, but I've got equipment, labour and materials in three different ways. So we'll first just go and have a look at this one. This is a standard cost category that can be applied to cost items, and it doesn't have any markup set. It's not enforced, so it's just set at that particular category, and in most cases that markup will do nothing to the calculation of markup on costs. It will occur from the job. Then I'll come into the next one, and here I've got enforced markup. So if you use this cost category on a cost item, it will override whatever markup has been decided from a job perspective or even from a labour or price perspective and mark up according to this. And then you've got the last one, which I'll just go into, is not enforcing a markup but has a markup on there. So this will get used when you don't define a markup for a particular category on a job, and that will get used instead. So I'll close that down and we'll go and have a look at a couple of jobs I've set up to give you a better understanding of it. So the first one is a job I've just called no markup, and on this job I've basically set all the markups to 0, so there is no markup defined at the job level for any of it. And then on the other one I've got a markup set and it's all at 20%. Okay, so we'll come into costs. So when I come into the cost screen, I've set up two costs for the different jobs just so it makes it a bit quicker for us to go through. So we'll bring the first one up to do with no markup. So this job has no markup on it, okay, for any of the items. And I'll step through. So in this one here, the cost category had no markup. So it picks up the price or special price from the customer based upon the product, and that's why there's a markup of 11.11%. The next line, we've got a 40% forced markup on the cost category. That's why we see 40% here. If we take the next one, the cost category is not forced, but it's still 40%, and because there was no markup on the job, it pulls the 40%. If we look at this general ledger item to do with equipment here, because the job has no markup and the cost category has no markup, there's nowhere else to look, so the cost and the charge are in principle the same. The next one, again, a forced markup, we get the 50% markup. The next one, not forced, but still we get the 35% because it's 0. If we look at labour, the same thing applies with the exception of this line. Now, on labour, you have a labour rate, and because the labour rate is set at 100%, that's why you get the 100, because there's no markup on the job and no markup on the cost category, therefore it takes it from the labour rate. And the other two work the same as the others, the 50 and the 35. Okay, so now we will go into the markup job and its costs. Okay, so this one has 20% on markup on the job. So let's have a look now. So this one, in this scenario here, we look along here, it takes the 20% markup for materials because there is a markup on the job. The forced one still uses the forced. Okay, the next one, not forced, so it's using the 20% on the job because it exists there. That's the different one, okay? Well, that's different from the last one. Same sort of thing we'll go through here. This takes the 20% from the job. Next one, it's forced, so it takes the 50. It takes the 20 here because there's a markup on the job. And the same thing applies here. 20%, 50%, and the 20%. So that's how job markups work in calculating those estimated charges for your jobs. As you can see, Sybiz Vision and job costing have made it very flexible in the markup mechanism way. To learn more about this feature, you can go to the product help. Thanks for watching, and thanks for choosing Sybiz.